over or under 7.5 wins. Does adding DeAndre Hopkins add an extra win total or win or two to your total? Let me know in the comment section if you think this Titans crew will get over or under 7.5 wins in 2023. You are watching Titans Today by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here, breaking down all of the latest on your Tennessee Titans. And we have some fun stories to get into with training camp just around the corner. The Titans made some news today. First up, we'll talk about signing George Fant because a report came out that the Tennessee Titans are bringing in the former New York Jet for a workout. So we will explore the possibility of Tennessee adding Fant and whether or not it's a good addition. But Jordan Schultz was the first one to break the news, tweeting out sources. The Titans are bringing in former Jets offensive tackle George Fant for a workout Saturday. There's a good chance he signs, assuming all goes well. Starting right tackle Nicholas Petit-Frere is suspended for the first 6 games this season. And building off of what Schultz just said, unfortunately, the former Ohio State Buckeye is suspended for violating the NFL's gambling policy, and there have been some conversations about how Tennessee would replace Nicholas Petit-Frere, whether that would be internal or external. And we haven't seen this team practice since that news broke, but Mike Vrabel and Carthon have a pretty good idea of what they are working with, and I think they decided, let's go external. So if you are unfamiliar with Mr. Fant, some background on him. He started 10 games for Seattle his rookie season as a UDFA coming out of Western Kentucky. So credit to him for not only making the 53-man roster as a UDFA, but also finding himself in a starting role for 10 games. Now, in his career, he has 60 starts under his belt in 83 game appearances. Last year was not a good year for George Fant, though. PFF ranked him as the 76 best tackle in football out of 81 qualifying players, a bottom 10 tackle in the NFL in the eyes of Pro Football Focus. When you look at George Fant's career, he's got a lot of experience, like I said. 3 years in Seattle, 3 seasons in New York with the Jets, multiple appearances, a lot of starts. Last year, he was limited, though, only 8 games played and 7 starts for the New York Jets. In those 8 games, they were not good games for Fant. Like we were talking about, his PFF rank was bad. That's because his overall grade was cheeks. 48.4 overall. Pass blocking, 46.7. Run blocking was a little bit better, 56.3. 5 sacks and 7 penalties. Those are manageable numbers for a 17-game season. When you only played half the season and you gave up an appropriate amount of sacks and penalties for a full season, that tells me you're getting a little bit lazy. Your feet aren't moving as well as you would have liked. So you're getting a lot of holding calls because you're not moving with the defensive ends well enough, and you're giving up a lot of sacks as a result. I am not surprised at all that the Titans are doing more than just kicking the tires on a veteran player because they have to find a starting right tackle for the first 6 weeks of the season. And when you look at this team's offensive line depth chart, they have options. With Jalen Duncan, a rookie out of Maryland, they could completely redo and reshuffle the entire offensive line and move Peter Skoronski over to right tackle and move Dylan Raduns up to the starting job at left guard. But that's a lot of shuffling, and I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze when you could just sign someone like George Fant, who isn't a very good starting tackle in the NFL anymore, or at least if he continues to play like he did last year. But if you need him for 6 weeks, hopefully he can hold down the fort for 6 weeks and, be serviceable and get the job done. So what do you guys think about signing an offensive tackle? Do you think the team should go out and look external, or do you like what they have in-house? Give me your opinions in the comment section below. No, I did not change shirts mid-video. Unfortunately, the original video we were going to put out today included a whole segment about trading for Denzel Mims, and then the Lions had to cuck me and trade for him right after we finished filming. So instead, we're going to talk about some jersey news and rumors, and then look at Bleacher Report's win total for all 32 teams. But the new jerseys have been rumored to be coming out this weekend. The Tennessee Titans Twitter account tweeted out a video of regular uniforms, regular jerseys with what looked like black paint being dripped on it. And everyone kind of thought, does that mean the Titans are getting black uniforms? But no, I think the black paint was more of a representation of black oil, right? Oil just being black, and then that being a nod to the Houston Oilers. So this has been the leaked/rumored jerseys coming out. It's got Love Ya Blue at the back of the collar. So we'll wait and see. But the Titans Twitter account said coming soon this weekend, or hope you don't have plans this weekend, something like that. And I think we might get some awesome throwbacks for the Texans. Let's say Houston Oilers. Titans-Texans game this season, whether it's an absolute replica of a previous jersey, a slight twist on it, we'll have to wait and see. But I don't think they're going to be black uniforms. I think that was just black or just oil representing the Houston Oilers being dripped on the Tennessee Titans jersey. But if you love the Tennessee Titans and you are looking for a Titans news and rumors channel with the season right around the corner, don't wait any longer. Do future you a favor right now, because when you subscribe, you won't miss a single thing about your Tennessee Titans this upcoming year. Now, to check out Bleacher Report's win projections, let's just kind of rapid fire through some of these here. Starting in the AFC, they got the Bills and the Dolphins overachieving with some overs there. The Patriots and the Jets both in the unders club. In the AFC North, the Ravens with Lamar get 11 wins. The Bengals all the way up to 13. The Browns get double digits, and the Steelers in the cellar with 7 wins. But the AFC South, I don't know who in the AFC South banged the Bleacher Report's writer's wife, but he went under for everyone. Texans, under 6.5. Colts, under 6.5. Even the Jags couldn't get 10 wins, under 9.5. And the Titans, under 7.5 with 7 wins. Meanwhile, in the AFC West, they went overs for Denver and Kansas City, but under for the Raiders and the Chargers. I want to expand on the AFC South, Rolly, if we can, because it's pretty convenient that they have the Titans and the rest of the AFC South next to the AFC West there. Because I remember last year, myself included, we all got super drunk on the AFC West hype train. We were like, all 4 of these teams are going to make the postseason. Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Devontae Adams, Justin Herbert. How do they not get it done? And what ended up happening? Half of the division sucked. The Chiefs were good, as always. The Chargers were the Chargers. Russell Wilson regressed, and the Raiders were the Raiders. So let's not get caught up in what we did last year, which is assume one division is going to be either loaded or suck. So if everyone is saying everyone in the AFC South is going to suck, I'm going to fade them. Give me the over for the Titans, right? I think the Jags could get to 10 wins. I think the Texans will suck, actually. And the Colts will suck, too. But not on all of them, right? Because you should not sleep on Mike Vrabel, right? Mike Vrabel is one of the best head coaches in the NFL. Healthy quarterback in Ryan Tannehill. DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry, Harold Landry, Jeffrey Simmons, a really solid secondary. What am I missing here? Is it just because this team won 7 games last year? And that's fair, but that was a 7-game losing streak to end the year with Malik Willis and Josh Dobbs pitching it. I mean, they had this season a playoff game on the line, and they went with a quarterback who's on the Lions practice squad the week prior, and they still nearly won against a team that would end up winning in the playoffs and give the Kansas City Chiefs a good run for their money. So yeah, you can call me a sucker for believing that a healthy Ryan Tannehill with one of the best coaches in the NFL might actually be better than what people are expecting. I think Tennessee could win 9 games this year. I would take over on 7.5. I think they might not be a 10-plus win team, but somewhere between 8 and 9 wins, yeah, that definitely feels like it's in the ballpark, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and have them get above 500. We can run through the rest of the NFC ones really quickly here in case you guys are wondering. Here's how the NFC win total went. Cowboys over 12. I don't know what to think of Dallas every year. Every year I say the opposite, and I'm wrong. Giants under. I like that. Eagles over. No, I think the Eagles regress. Commanders over 6.5. Not happening. I'm taking the under there. Bears under 7.5. Pass. Give me Justin Fields and 7+ wins. Detroit over 9.5. No way. The Lions are just not going to live up to the hype. Packers over 7.5. Pass. Jordan Love, he ain't it. And the Vikings over or under 8.5. Under with 8. I think they are going to be better than what people give them credit for. And the NFC South, Atlanta under 8.5 wins with 7. Carolina over 7.5 with 8. With Bryce Young, I don't think so. Not in year one, at least. New Orleans gets over 6.5. They win the division, it looks like, with 9. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers rounded out with under 6.5. The NFC West will probably be the worst division in football. It's hard to say. Just because the Cardinals and the Rams, I think, are going to suck. But the 49ers will carry the weight. But they've got the Cardinals sucking, the Rams being mediocre, the 49ers being one of the best teams in football with 13 wins, and Seattle kind of being pedestrian with 9 wins right in the middle of the field. So those are the Bleacher Report win projections. I think the Titans are going to be better than what the folks at Bleacher Report are giving them credit for, but we've got to wait and see. Thank you so much for tuning in, taking some time out of your day to come hang out with us here on Titans Today. We will sign off and catch up with everyone later.